Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is John and today I'm talk about 4 practical tips to improve your English listening skills. So, have you ever had to ask someone to repeat something you couldn't understand? So, whether it's because they are talking too fast, they have an unfamiliar accent, or they are using slang words you don't recognize, it can be hard to really hear what people are saying, right? Here's the thing. What you what you hear in real conversation is often completely different to what you learn at school, and this is why it is so important to master your listening skills. So I'm sharing 4 techniques to help you practice and improve your listening skill. So I hope after watching this you will feel more confident about joining conversation and communicating in English. Number one, study natural pronunciation. This is one of the best ways to improve your active listening skills. Now, let me be clear. I'm not talking about studying pronunciation as you would at school. I'm talking about recognizing and paying attention to the sounds of English as it is actually spoken. Because real spoken English isn't always what you accept. Sometimes sounds blend together. They change, they can even disappear completely. For example, in school, you may have been taught to hear, what do you want to do? But while listening to a native English speaker, what you actually hear is something like, what do you wanna do? It can be super confusing, right? So, how can you overcome these real world listening challenges? It's all about studying the elements of naturally spoken English, including construction, reduced forms, sentence stress, and to get started, watch my English video lesson about the 30 most common reduction in English. Number 2, surround yourself with different accents, voices, and context. Opening yourself up to different voices and different accents is so important. This point guys everyone listening to different English accents. It is also about getting used to the sound of different voices and different pitch at which people speak and getting comfortable having conversation in different settings and context. Maybe you are comfortable speaking to someone one on one, but when there is a group and multiple people are talking at once, you find yourself entreating and staying quiet. Can you relate this? Listening to and getting comfortable with different English voices is a little harder at the beginning, but it will pay off in the long run. The best way to break through this barrier and understand more people barrier is to immerse yourself in the differences. But what does this actually mean? It means stepping outside your comfort zone a little. When you are talking to someone and you realize their accent is different, to they are talking quickly and recognize and acknowledge the fear of not being able to understand them. Then instead of running away from the fear and staying quiet, lean into it, ask them to repeat and for the side and repeat it back to them to check if you are still unsure. Practicing inside a dish of English and speaking community like Hey Lady is another fantastic way to immerse yourself in these differences. It gives you the opportunity to speak with the ladies all over the world and surround yourself with different accents and voices and context. You can meet and speak in groups for meet one to one. And the beauty of Hey Lady community is that it's okay to make mistakes and ask for help as you acknowledge the fear of not being able to understand them, then instead of running away from the fear and staying quiet, lean into it, ask them to repeat what they said and repeat it back to them to check if you are still unsure. Practicing inside a dish of English. Community is that it's okay to make mistakes and ask for help as you speak because everyone around you is learning too. They are in the same boat. Number 3. Write what you hear. This strategy is simple and practical and very effective, especially if you follow these specific steps. Step number 1. Choose one 30-second section of a video and podcast. Step number 2. Listen to that section a couple of times. No writing yet, just listening. The steps is all about familiarizing yourself with the topic along with the speaker's accent and the tone and pace of their voice. Step 3. Now it's time to pick up your pen and write. Listen to the first sentence, then pause the video and write down what you hear. Repeat this exercise one sentence at a time until you have finished the 30-second videos. If there is some sounds you don't recognize, don't rewind it yet. Instead, simply leave a gap on your page. Once you reach the end, listen to the entire 30-second section again then try to fill in any gaps. Try looking at the words around the gap. Can you guess what will go there? The brilliant thing about this method is that, unlike the other tips, this one helps you to discover exactly what you are not hearing. In other words, it highlights the gaps in your listening ability, the words and expression that you need to learn and recognize more and instinctively and help you to fill in those gaps in your knowledge. Number 4. Watch without subtitles. Now I know what you are thinking. Watching a video in English without subtitle is hard work, right? But it can be a great way to practicing and strengthening your native English listening, strengthening your active listening skill. After all, there is no subtitle in real life. But don't worry, I'm not asking you to struggle through an entire movie without subtitles. Just like in previous strategies, the key here is to start small. Time you sit down to watch a movie, turn off the subtitles for the first minute. This means 1 minute of training your active listening skills before you can passively enjoy your movie. Pause the movie after 1 minute and write down a quick summary of what you hear. Just a summary, not every word. Repeat this step if you want to. Then go back to the start and turn the subtitle in English. Then read them for the entire minute to check that you understood the meaning correctly. This is a great habit to get into if you are hooked on a TV series. It's a little easier to do this consistently if you are familiar with the actors, essence, and storyline. So there you have it, 4 practical techniques that you can implement in your daily routine to practice and improve your English listening skills. Practice and improve your English listening skills. Keep learning and keep growing. Thank you for watching.